TAQ Capital, technical analysis quickly.
This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Before taking any action based on the information provided on this channel, it is recommended that you seek the advice of a professional licensed financial advisor.
Let's do this.
Alright, welcome back to the channel, everyone. If this is your first time here, I know this is probably going to look pretty crazy over on the left, but if you hang out to the end of the video, it'll all come together for you. This is my first video on Matic. I've looked at this coin, I was in it during the bull market and so on, so I'm familiar with it, but I just haven't done a video on it yet. I'm currently on the 6-hour chart here because I wanted to zoom out a little bit to show you the wedge concept of how this has been going. My dashed lines here are a mirror image of what's going on over here, but all the solid lines on the left side, those are Fibonacci lines, and it kind of gives us some support and resistance. So I wanted you to be able to see the wedges clearly over here. The yellow wedge began on December 26th, and we have been coming down ever since. And the wedges move, as you know if you've been on this channel, in a 1, 2, 3, 4 breakout pattern. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it came over, breakout. Then now we're in the white wedge. The white wedge, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're working on, oh no, we hit the breakout. Let me zoom in here more. Okay, this is the 4-hour zoomed in more. I'm actually going to get rid of the other side of the screen so we can zoom in even more. But you can see that we are at 1, 2, not sure what is going on with my computer here, 3, 4, and then we came into the red wedge, which gave us, this was the first hit, 2, 3, 4, then we came up, missed, breakout. So now we're in the yellow wedge. We got 1, 2, that would be a 3, I just have to move the line down more, 4, and now we've had our breakout. So this is the way that we've been moving. So zoomed in, now we're in this purple wedge. And I just added this bottom line here because I'm noticing that this was our actual hit off the yellow line. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But for the most part, since we hit here, we've been staying in between these two lines. So this does mean something. It's possible, for one, that these two are the wedge instead of this one. But it doesn't make this one wrong. It's just a wedge within a wedge. So the way that I explain that is if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and because this is going up, we know it's going to break down. So after this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should have broken out down here, which it didn't. So this is a big bounce to where it'll break out here on number 5. This then tells us about the other wedge, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. However, because this goes up and this goes down, it's not an upwards one like this, and it's not a downwards one like this. So we don't know for sure which way it's going to break. But by drawing this line, so this wedge, we know it's going to break down. So this indicates that it could possibly head down to this line. So that's how the wedge trading scenario works. Now I've brought in the Ichimoku cloud and the Bollinger Bands. The milky mist here is the Bollinger Band, and the red and the green lines are the Tenkin and the Kijin of the Ichimoku cloud. So when they cross and the green comes over the red, as a general rule, it's bullish. It's not always how that works, but it's a general rule. On the 4-hour is the lowest time frame that is where you start to get into really reliable. 3 hours not bad, 2 hours even not that bad, but the 4-hour, it's harder to change the 4-hour. So these little fluctuations in the volatility that is, innate to crypto will affect the 4-hour less, so it just becomes more reliable to make moves on. I jumped out here to the 5-hour for a second to show you that when the green comes over like this, or it can be red over too, but the point is when the space builds up in here, this is when it calls the candles down. So you see this happen, you see the candles come into it, so now the question becomes, where's it going to go from here? And because we're not really getting this closing action, which can kind of bring these together, And if the candles sort of linger in this area, it's possible that there's another explosion up, and you would have to go look at the higher time frames to determine that. But as of right now, we don't have any of that. So I think we're going to still continue to come down. We're going to hit the red line, which could take place over here. It doesn't mean it's imminent, although, I mean, this is pretty imminent. But that it will come down and break out of this wedge here. And because of this wedge down here, I think it's quite possible that we're going to head down here and break out. It's also possible, alternatively, that with our first hit here, our second hit here, our third hit here, and our fourth hit here, this is just going to act, even the breakout, as a bounce before we go up and break up. But if you look at the whole market, Bitcoin is setting up for a major meltdown. I just did another video on Atom, and that's looking like is a 26% short that's available to jump in on. So everything is pointing bearish right now. And then the Fed's got a big announcement tomorrow, which is probably going to shock this down, as well as, you know, Bitcoin and Atom and the entire market, not to mention the stock market too. So looking at everything, this is just more bearishness. And if you want to know percentages, from where we are to the bottom of this purple wedge here, it's a 10.3% drop. You know, you jump in on 5x leverage, that's a solid 50% right there. Atom is a better bet than Matic right now if you're looking to short. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. That went up today as well. But that's it for me today on Matic, and I'll take a look at some other coins. If you guys have any requests, please feel free to put the comments below, and I'll see if I can get to those coins as well. My goal is to branch out into more altcoins as well, and I think I'm going to do a video on ADA next. So if this interests you, subscribe to the channel and you won't miss a thing. Telegram is an excellent platform. One of my social media is one of the best things because I can update that so quickly on the go, and the drawing tools and everything that it gives me allow you to get up-to-date information as it unfolds. Now, you know, if I'm watching 10, 15, 20 coins, I'm not saying your coin's going to be posted, but I'll do the best that I can. And, you know, as things change, you know, because especially if it's Bitcoin, if you see Bitcoin having a meltdown, chances are your coin is going to as well. And you'll learn that as you dabble in crypto. The more time that you spend in it, you know, if you're new to it, you'll realize that Bitcoin is king, or at least has been to this point. Its reign may end soon. There's a lot of people talking about that. But as of right now, that's not the case. So thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you, and have a wonderful day.